to kind of stop in for a second. I know that I am running behind. There's nothing I can do about it, okay? So, this entire week, I have been working every single day. And not only am I getting to the point that I'm going to have to slow down, and honestly, I was about to record Taurus, and that's what I was picking up anyway. So, my whole thing is I really wanted to get on top of these readings so I could have them out before they are due and y'all can prepare for the shifts that are coming. But with the way that I was doing it the beginning of the month, I was going based off of, you know, who was watching the videos the most and what sign, that sort of thing. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for joining. But the whole Mercury retrograde threw me off so bad that, I was really trying to take my time and not burn myself out. But it ended up putting me behind enough that I was starting to play catch up. Like, yes, Taurus. Okay. Nika, since you are a Taurus, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you have been going really hard lately, I need you to take a step back, hon. Because it was to the point that I'm serious. I'm trying to do these in between everything and trying to do paid readings, trying to help people out, trying to do my normal job and do these general readings. And and having a social life. There's not enough time, y'all. But it is the month of April is about slowing down and really going with the flow of things. So if my guides don't let me record these, it's for a reason and I can't help that. I mean, seriously, it was to the point I was trying to get these done real quick, at least get Taurus out before I have to go to my friend's birthday dinner. And I know that's what I'm saying. Thank you for understanding. But I just want y'all to know because I have had people asking on the earlier videos about when these would be coming out, and I just want you to know that even with me trying to slide these in, my internet connection started messing up twice. It would not let me connect without getting disruption. And then as soon as I tried it the third time, my throat chakra just seized up. And I said, oh, now you're going to choke me out too. So, and yet they're letting me record this. So that tells you right there just what spirit will do to make sure that the energy shifts in order for y'all to get the best possible guidance. Okay, so trust me, when the energy shifts and these readings do get out, which will probably be Monday. I've even put my paid readings off until Monday, or not till Monday, but till Wednesday, because I'm booked up all the way through Sunday, and I took Monday and Tuesday off so I can specifically do these and get as much out as possible. But yeah, I mean it's insane, this whole retrograde and just the month of April in general. So if you are a Taurus, I just want to say please slow down a little bit, go with the flow, enjoy your birthday time, really. And I will say too, this, from what I was kind of seeing, and what was being pulled out, is this is a time for some really deep reflection. Okay, so there might be some triggers and stuff like that coming up for you, which I know they have been for me, but it's one of those things where you really have to do a little more research on yourself and put that time and effort into figuring out who Taurus is and what are you trying to create for yourself. It's also about letting go of your past, releasing all of the things that you're still holding on to and that can't come with you in the future. So there are a lot of things happening in the background, but Taurus has kind of hit this stagnant energy in April, and it's one of those things we just have to ride it out. It will pass. So yeah, and it came up for me too. Actually, last night I had to call one of my friends and be like, I need you, boo. Like, I needed her, and, she was exactly what I needed, and she told me the same thing. And, she's been through a lot of hardships as well, and I love this girl, and I totally respect her realness with me because she doesn't sugarcoat shit, and that's the kind of friends I need. So, I'm not afraid to look at myself with a mirror and know where my faults lie. That's the only way I'm going to grow. So I just want y'all to know that that is kind of what I was seeing. This is about really finding yourself and figuring out what those triggers and the patterns are that have to do with the heartbreak. Okay, Taurus. Now, for the rest of you, I'm going back until we get through with April. Like, I have to get through April. We'll see what May kind of brings, which, I'm kind of hoping that the energy will shift enough with May that we can get back on track. But as of right now, I am probably not going to get to these general readings until Monday. So it is what it is, and hopefully, yeah, exactly. It is, you really need to ground yourselves today and stay present. Don't let your mind get too away from you. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of mental energy going around, and just remember to live your authentic truth and honor how you want to feel. Okay, there's nothing wrong. Yeah, exactly. And it just is. There's a lot of, but we have to, this is that time where spirit is trying to slow us down because there are things that we have to face that most of us have been pushing really hard and trying to get things to prepare for the next shift. And so we haven't really been taking that time that we need to meditate and connect. And yes, it's contemplation time, exactly. It is getting reconnected and figuring out what it is that we need to be focused on. So as soon as I get these general readings out, of course, we will know more of what your, the things that we need to work on. But, yeah, and once we get done with this stream, you can go back and check it out. But yeah, this is really a time. So be patient with yourself, guys, and be patient with me as well. Understand I am human too, and I love my family here because the majority of y'all are so beyond patient and. Exactly. Well, that's what it is, Nelson. And what we have to understand, like when they say going with the flow and when I say going with the flow, you have to understand that when they push us to take those actions, that's when we need to be moving. When we resist and we get stagnant, then it hurts even worse. Those growing pains hurt. So we need to pay attention when they're telling us to move and then when they're telling us to slow down. So when we start feeling like overburdened, stressed out, we're wore out, and we're getting sluggish, that is spirit telling us we need to take a step back and we need to slow down a little bit, reorganize and reprioritize, okay? And I know, especially with me and my boundaries, I'm having to reset certain boundaries, especially even with my work, so I'm not stressing myself out. And it can be with anything in your life. So just take this time to kind of consider what needs a little finessing and what things that you can work on through this downtime instead of putting the action out there. Go ahead and figure out what it is that you need to work on, take this time to rest and prepare, and then I think when May gets here, it's going to be action. But I think the rest of April is going to be pretty much slowing way down, because I think the middle of April has been kind of this go, go, go time where the very first week in April I felt was okay, starting to prepare, and the same thing that's happening right now, taking that slow period to kind of prepare and get that energy saved up for the go time, and then you go hard for about 2 weeks and then you slow back down. And I think that's kind of what's happening. So just be patient with yourself, be patient with the universe, and understand that you have to listen to your body. If your body is getting tired and run down and you're stressed out, you've got to take the step back. So I'm listening to spirit. They didn't want me to record Taurus. I even asked my guides and they straight up said, no, don't do it today. So, I mean, if I can get to them Sunday, I'll try, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get to them till Monday. So I really appreciate you guys being patient with me and allowing me to do this and still have all the support that I do. Spirit works in amazing ways. And while y'all are in here, I just want to tell you, like, I know it's weird. Like, I'm serious. Right before I went to record this, it seized up so bad. It was like straight up scratchy, and I haven't had issues all day. I mean, there's pollen just dropping everywhere here, but it was not that bad until I tried to resist what Spirit was trying to tell me, because I wanted to get this video out and I wasn't listening, so they seized it up on me. That's what I get for resisting. And that's what they do. And then as soon as I realized that I couldn't record Taurus and I went to go record this, then I was fine. But I can still feel the residual energy there, just in case I get a little ahead of myself and start wanting to talk about Taurus. So, but yeah, so while y'all are in here, I did want to tell y'all like how special Spirit is. So I've been kind of off my game lately because I've been so busy and really not taking that time to stick with my diet and that kind of thing. I got off of it with the retrograde, and so I hadn't been to the Whole Foods in a couple weeks to make my smoothie and my healthy lunch and stuff. But this past week I really got back on my exercise routine and everything like that. Well, today was the first day I actually did find a little window to go to the grocery store, and um, and obviously it was meant to happen, because if y'all watch my other videos, you might have heard that I help the homeless in my hometown, and I'm actually doing that the day after my birthday, the 29th, and you know, I'll be responsible. So, like, I'm trying to get donations together and that kind of stuff. And then my friend's also doing a fundraiser for my sister's house, which helps domestic abuse victims get their feet on the ground. Like, so I'm doing a bunch of different things on the side, but so I'm going up to the grocery store and I see this man sitting on the curb, and I mean, Spirit wouldn't even let me get 10 feet from him. As soon as I passed him, it was like, pulling into a parking space. And I got out the car, and I mean, I just, normally I wouldn't just walk up to strangers, but I mean, I knew I was being divinely led, I was being protected, and I just walked up to this guy and was like, hey, what's your name? He's like, Mike. I said, I'm Jessica, how you doing? And he's like, I could be better. And, he had the sign, homeless, please help. So I sat down with him on the curb in the heat, and I mean, it's pretty warm today, but it was beautiful. I'm thankful that it's starting to warm up here. And I did. I probably talked to this man for at least a good 45 minutes. And, I think me being out there too also helped him get help from other people. Like, one guy gave him his number. You play golf? We'll go play golf. I mean, super nice guy. And I really felt divinely led to him. Well, of course, I have all these donations and toiletries in the back of my car because I still haven't taken anything out from the last time I went. And so I just ride around with this crap in my car. Well, it's not crap. I mean, it's like great things for them that they can't afford, because he actually slept in a shed last night at the Lowe's store, and it hit home for me that someone has to, sneak into sheds, like storage sheds, to get out of the weather and stuff. I mean, it was yeah, it's pretty rough, but he's a super nice guy, and I went and got him some toiletries that I didn't have in my car, and gave him a pair of shoes, and gave him enough to get some dinner tonight and help him get a hotel room, because he was only a few dollars short. But I mean, it was so divinely led, and I ended up taking his number and everything, because it was like, I just know that I'm going to meet this guy later on. So, I just want you to ask too, when you feel called to serve, don't hesitate for a second. Because, I mean, I'm sitting here praying with this man on the side of the road in a Whole Foods parking lot in the middle of the fucking day. Like, and it was beautiful, and it was beautiful for me. I felt really good, and I'm glad that I could help him out, because I think he really needed that in that moment. I think, he was a veteran. He served for our country. He's out there on the street. He went through a divorce. All of his family is up north, and he's just trying to find a job, but no one will give him a job because he doesn't have a license here. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. So we have a man that's fought for our country, that's sleeping on the street in a shed, a storage shed, because he can't get a full-time job because he doesn't have a license here. Because he doesn't have a physical home. Like, it's sad. And they're running them off so bad. Like, I really feel that they're trying to get rid of the lessers, and I'm all about equality, and I swear if I ever see you know anyone running off someone just trying to get out of the weather or trying to find food, I it's going to be a bad day for them, let me tell you. So yeah, but please don't forget, on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I also have a class that I'm offering for free, because donations are welcome if you want to support the channel, but I want as many people to see it as possible, and it's all about loving thyself and how to break patterns and to bring more abundance into our life by loving ourselves. So if you would be interested in that, please join that as well. And I think that's all I have for you today. I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place, guys. I'm sure y'all can see it in my energy anyway. I'm very drained today, but I'm trying my damnedest to keep it up. I know it will shift. It always does. And but yeah, please be patient with yourselves, and I will get on these first thing Monday, and I will get back on track, I promise. I'm trying to keep next week flexible so I don't overburden myself. But yeah, so just take care of yourself, guys, and remember to be present, be love, and remember you are the light, and I will talk to you soon, okay? And you enjoy your night. Bye.